I call him too late, pal, because he's always too late.
NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans joins us now to break it all down. So, Christine, what more did we hear from the Fed chair? And ultimately, what does it mean for folks at home?
What we heard from the Fed chair is that the economy is pretty resilient, but they're concerned about tariffs leading to inflation, higher inflation down the road, and they're worried a little bit about some slowing in the economy. So they don't want to do anything. They're in a good place right now. They don't want to cut interest rates. Here's the Fed chief sort of explaining what's happening.
The amount of the tariff effects, the size of the tariff effects, their duration and the time it will take are all highly uncertain. So that is why we think the appropriate thing to do is to hold where we are as we learn more. And we think our policy stance is in a good place where we're well positioned to react to incoming developments.
And that was a unanimous decision. There are 12 members, voting members of that board. They all think they should sit tight here, but they could cut rates a little bit later this year. So that means your credit cards, your mortgages, your car loans, they all stay right where they are for now.
That's exactly what I was going to ask, because you mentioned all this uncertainty that they're dealing with, but we've thought that maybe in this calendar year we would get, 2 rate cuts?
And that's what they're penciling in. And I'll say about the tariffs, they think it's going to lead to higher inflation in the near term, but when they try to look way out, they see things getting better again in 2026. So it's just wading through this period of uncertainty. So if you're hoping for a little bit less interest rate for refinance your mortgage, you're going to probably have to keep waiting a little bit. And I would just point out that, average credit card rates above 20%. The only thing you can control about what is all this uncertainty, try to keep that credit card debt to a minimum. It's very expensive to be carrying that kind of credit card debt. And you saw those new car loans. Those are kind of expensive too. So all of this matters to your money. And at least for now, the Fed is holding steady on things.
And today, how did the markets react to Powell's remarks?
I think they were widely expected. The market's mostly looking at what's happening in the Middle East at the moment. So we're really watching less stocks and bonds right now and more the oil market. Oil prices have been rising over the past week or so. They've risen $10 a barrel over the past week. And there's the rule of thumb is every $10 is 20 cents at the pump. So you could be looking at higher prices at the pump in the next few weeks because of this instability in the Middle East.
Right in time for that summer travel.
That's right.
Christine Romans, thank you.